Hello, everybody, and welcome to Good Morning Xbox. I'm your host, Axel1324.
And I'm CoolCatTerri.
And I'm DREADPOOL.
I love the space background.
Thank you.
Is that a nebula, Dreadpool?
I don't even remember what it was. I just took it off of the internet somewhere. And you know how that goes. It's whatever popped up and kind of forgot.
Okay. All right. It works. All right. So it is 9/10. Tomorrow's 9/11 for those of you that care, as we all know what happened on 9/11. So, yeah, we're just gonna move it along. I don't know what to say about 9/11. Is it like a holiday or is it not? I feel like it should be. It's so pivotal.
I would think
I
it's
wouldn't
a day
say
of remembrance,
holiday.
not a holiday. Is that that's
Yeah.
like a celebration? Like I don't think we're gonna
Yeah,
celebrate.
yeah.
You
More
know?
Well,
of a
I mean, you have Memorial Day.
memorial.
That's not a holiday. I mean, it's a holiday,
Remembrance.
but it's not like a celebration.
How about a remembrance in
Mhm.
honor in honor of those that have, I don't say honor, a remembrance.
In remembrance, yeah. Yeah, well, we'll see. For those of you that 9/11 means something to you, I know it means something to me personally, as that's the reason why I joined the military. Gosh, 20 years 20 years ago. Man, I would have been retired by now. Maybe I should have stayed in, huh? So yeah, for those of you that it means something, you know, you are in our thoughts for all of you. But let's get into the good stuff. Let's check in real quick with the iconic chat. We got my buddy Doggy Dog 420 coming in. He says, "Good morning, everyone." By the way, if you missed Doggy Dog on the Iconic Video Games podcast this last week, he got to channel his inner doctor. He was Dr. Doggy for the whole podcast. It was quite funny. Be sure to check it out. It was hilarious.
Oh, it was hysterical.
Yes. You got Your Wicked Hot coming in. Thank you so much, Your Wicked Hot. We appreciate you. You are the real MVP. Crazy Greek Dude is in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. Let's see. We got Fastback. What's going on, Fastback? Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. And then let's see who else we got. We got RWK88. He says, "Good morning, everyone. Good morning, RWK88. We appreciate you. You are the real MVP. MVP. MVP." Let's see. Here we go. RWK says, "A day of remembrance." Yeah.
Yep.
You know, the Heartland, if you will, has only been attacked twice, once during Pearl Harbor and once during 9/11. And both times, well, I won't say has only, because obviously the British attacked us back in 1812, right? But basically, every time this land has been attacked, we've gone to war. So yeah, those dates are important. Those days are important to us. And I guess until our generation, because that's when we first came of age. I know that's when I was 19 at the time when 9/11 happened. And that's when I first came. I was already, I was an adult, a young adult. And that's when I decided to join the military. And so many people had joined that I didn't ship out till April of the following year to go to basic. So yeah, we take it personal, guys. We take it personal. Don't question our patriotism. So yeah. But CoolCat, your husband's in the Navy, right?
He was in the Navy. Yeah, he's out.
he was. Did 9/11 do anything for him? Like, was it the reason like it was for me?
Oh well, we're a little younger, so it definitely was a fuel, but it wasn't. It was more what was it? So he joined. So Obama was president when he joined. And it was during Iraqi freedom and everything that was going on over there that got him fueled up. And he was like, "I'm getting over there." So he joined the Navy. He joined the Navy, and yeah, he ended up over in the Middle East running security and stuff over there.
Yeah, I joined up. Like, my recruiter was like, "I wish I had 10 more of you," because I didn't ask any question. I'm like, "I'm in. I'm in. Just give me the benefits. I'm in." "Oh, do you want the GI benefits?" "Sure." "Do you know what those are?" "No." But I'll take it. Give me all the benefits, right? Like, that's how much I was in. Yeah. Wow. RWK88 was in the 6th grade. Wow. That's something. And Fastback says Starfield Game of the Year. Yeah, Starfield is one of our topics, but we're going to open up with something a little more fun. Shout out to Fastback for bringing it in. And so we're going to open up by watching a little something here from the Twitterverse.
It was like Saturday morning cartoons.
Look at that. The 360 is back, Terry.
Some serious music.
Yeah. The advertising music.
It actually lights up? That's cool.
Mega.
Yes, it actually lights up. So, the Xbox 360 is back, baby, in Mega Block form. And yours truly, Axel here, might have a couple of $100, maybe close to $1,000 by now spent on Mega Blocks over the years. So this is my Wasp from Halo Infinite, obviously. And of course, one of the many, many, many Master Chief models that I get from Mega Blocks. Oh, there we go. There here. And so, yeah, I love me some Mega Blocks, especially some Halo Mega Blocks. Oh man, if they come out with Starfield Mega Blocks, I'm all in too. Yeah, so I am into Mega Blocks. I have bought the Halo ones. I have bought the Destiny ones. I really enjoy them. Am I the only Mega Blocks guy here? Terry, do you collect any Mega Blocks?
No, I do not. You know, it's I just can't justify them personally. Like the cost of like Mega Blocks and Legos are like insane. You can go and you buy like a small kit of like Legos or whatever for like $200, and I'm like, get out of here. These used to be like kids' toys. You go and you can get these. No, not no more. Not like every single box in the kids' aisles a collector's item. It's like, my gosh.
Yeah. Okay, so Terry's not in there. Shout out to Mr. Yo in the Dark. He says, I was a hospital corpsman attacked to the Marine Corps unit. Hey, man, corpsmen are awesome. I know that medics and corpsmen get treated like kings in our units in the Army because, well, they're the ones that are going to save your butt under fire. So you got to treat them good. That different from Legos. Yes, it is different from Legos, RWK88. Legos go together better. I'm sorry. It's just true. Dreadpool, do you buy any Mega Blocks?
No, and here's let's start from the beginning when Mega Blocks first came out.
Mm-hmm.
They were a Lego ripoff, so it always had a bad aura about it because it was a ripoff.
Mm-hmm.
And then Halo went to Mega Blocks, and it was like, really, no Lego. Like every other IP went to Lego. And Halo went to Mega Blocks instead, and it was like, rip off. This ain't gonna last long. And you look at where we're at now, but it's still, for me, I guess it still has that initial stank that hasn't rubbed off. As cool as some of the stuff has come out since then, right? Some of the stuff has really been cool, and it's like, all right, I'll look into it, but I just haven't had the urge to splurge on it. I don't know what it is. I mean, as much as I love Halo, you'd think I would have had at least one, even by default. But yeah, nah, it's just, I don't know what it is. It's just, you get into that, it's a knockoff, and it is a legit knockoff, but
you guys are
it's its own
negative
thing.
Whatever, man.
I'm just saying, it's. I grew up with Lego, man. There was no other thing like it, and now you got something like it that isn't.
Had Lincoln Logs, man.
Yeah.
Lincoln Logs.
So
Legos
I like
are the
Mega
knockoff.
Blocks. So I have both Lego and Mega Blocks, right? It's just,
And who wins?
I never grew up. I never grew up, guys. Sorry.
Who
Right?
wins?
So I have the huge Pelican. I just thought it would be hard to do a show with the Pelican because it's like this big, and it's just difficult. So I grabbed the little Wasp. But I have all the Halo Infinite Mega Blocks that are vehicles. I don't buy the little figurine sets because I get figurines with every set. So I only buy the vehicles, right? So I have the Ghost, I have the Banshee, I have the Pelican, I have the equivalent on the Covenant side. Oh, what's it called? The Wraith. There we go. I have the Wraith. So I have them all. The only one I didn't buy was the actual Infinity, and I'm so sad because it sold out so fast. I couldn't get a hold of it, and now it's so expensive online, and I don't want to buy it. But so it looks like it's very Lego-y, right? With this, and so the connections are very Lego-like. But I'll tell you what, it has a lot more custom pieces like this. Lego wouldn't do this. Lego doesn't do too many custom pieces, right? Outside of what they do. So like Lego will do like custom visors and stuff, but to do this, they probably wouldn't. They probably just put like a tire on there, right? So it looks more authentic to me. So shout out to Mega Bloks because they actually take the time to make the molds to make these custom pieces. Having bought both the Halo and the Destiny ones, I can tell you that they try to get it to look as close to the 3D model as possible. And it's really interesting that Halo and a lot of Xbox stuff went to Mega Bloks because Minecraft went Lego. There's Lego Minecraft. I don't know if you guys know that, right?
Yep.
So, but of course, Minecraft operates almost independently of Xbox, almost. But I really like it. I really like it as a fan, especially a Halo fan and an Xbox fan. I love the Mega Bloks. And in case you haven't noticed, I have a model train set over here. I have my Mega Bloks. I like modeling. Okay. I like models. So yeah, I think this is cool. Now, am I going to get this? No, because I have the real deal. But I think it's cool. I think it's super cool that it lights up. It's very interesting. I don't know if the Halo 3 is Mega Block or if they just added that. But
well, what's the scale? Because that might be a really small thing.
So Mega Bloks has two grades of scales. They have the Mega Block scale, right? The Mega Block scale. And then once you get into a certain size, they upgrade it to what they call Mega Constructs. So I'm going to say that this is smaller. I don't think it's going to fit in your hand. But that's a good question, Terry. What is the scale? Let's see. Did anybody report on it? Let's go to comicbook.com. New Xbox 360 replica. I got it. What is the scale?
Is that game case smaller than a credit card?
It contains 1,342 pieces, has working lights, and comes in a box that is the exact replica of the original 360 box.
Yes. I just sent you the link with pictures.
Oh, okay, good. So somebody actually did post pictures. Let me see. Let's read
if you
this
scroll
together.
halfway down.
But hold on, I'm going to get rid of all the ads. Share this tab. There's DREADPOOL's link. Okay, let's keep going. Any more pictures?
Here.
No, there's no more pictures.
Dude, you could take the side panel off and see the inner workings. Like, that's cool.
Yeah, they showed that in the build.
Hold on, is this?
Yeah, I see that part.
Scroll down.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh my gosh, it really does. It really is a Halo case. Wow. And that looks like a two-side CD.
It looks like a custom built piece.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow, look at that. The famous drive that breaks that doesn't eject anymore. And here we have the nice red ring of death causing board.
Well, that'd be the cool part, right? I was gonna say it wouldn't be worth it if you put the board together and it like loosened up, then automatically red ringed on you.
if when you pull when you
Microsoft would approve of help, profiting off of make
red rings
flaw in there.
Yeah, this is cool. Okay. And I like that it's the original 360, right? The futuristic looking 360. The Slim was better, in my opinion, but this one I always thought was
the
like
arcade,
such
or was
a
that
good
before
disease.
the arcade? I can't remember.
It's the one with the arcade. Yeah, the two versions, the arcade and the one with
the
drive.
pop-out hard drive on top instead of the other one. Yeah. Okay, so we have a question. How much is this?
It's gonna break your wallet.
For $150, I think.
It's $150. Yeah.
According to Set's description, the console opens to reveal a disk drive and other Easter eggs. Apparently, putting the fake Halo 3 disc in the console will activate the motherboard. Not sure what that means, but I have a feeling 343 Guilty Spark is somehow involved. That's funny. Oh, Red Ring of Death. With no worries about the infamous Red Ring of Death. It is impressive. And a bricked up copy of Halo 3. So even this is a brick. Even the Halo.
That's a lot of custom pieces.
Yeah, as I said, this is why I love Mega Constructs or Mega Bloks, because they do a lot of construction a lot of custom
That
pieces.
is pretty cool. Yes. I don't like the price point because I went on eBay. You can get a 360 at the lowest one I saw on eBay with everything included was $50. So I can't justify spending $150 for a fake one to put on a shelf.
Look
I might buy it.
Look inside.
The more I look at it, the more I'm being impressed.
Look inside. You're really gonna love this one. Look inside. Look inside. See that blue ring? Inside. See the blue ring? Yeah, right there.
Can you zoom in on the picture?
Yeah, you can click on it. It'll zoom in. There you go.
Only a little bit. Okay.
Look inside.
Oh, is this Cortana?
Yes.
Oh,
look
that's
at
right.
that.
There's a little Cortana secret right there.
That's cool.
That is cool. Let's check out the chat real quick and see what they're saying. Mandalorian Martin joins us. Thank you so much for joining us, Mandalorian Martin. We appreciate you. You are the real MVP. And hey, this is the first time I've seen your name. So thank you so much for checking out the show. We really appreciate it. Speaking of checking out the show, guys, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it out. And of course, those likes really help us out get discovered, especially on the live section in the gaming and entertainment area of YouTube. So we would greatly appreciate your support on that. Be sure to hit that thumbs up. And to everybody who listens and is lurking in the background, hey, we appreciate you guys too. Thank you so much for coming and checking us out. You guys are all the real MVP. Mr. Joanna Dark joins us. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Joanna Dark. You are the real MVP. He says, I wish they offered the hard drive. Oh my God, that would be so great if they had the
high definition drive.
No, not the hard disk drive. The hard disk drive is right here, isn't it? Like this is
the external high definition drive.
Oh, the high HD HD DVD. Yeah, that would be something. That would definitely be something. And shout out to It's Timothy. Thank you so much for joining us. It's Timothy. You are the real MVP. Shout out to Timothy. He listens to so many podcasts. He's awesome. So it's powered by Cortana, as you know. The Kinect came later. Oh my God! If they end up doing like a whole set of Kinect and stuff, I might regret not buying this. I might have to buy it. Sorry, wife. I might have to buy it. I know. I love you. I love you.
So what if they come out with the black version, which is considered the Elite?
Oh, if they come out with the black version, I think it's going to be the Slim.
No, but I'm saying the black version of this one, it's called the Elite. The Xbox 360 Elite is black, and then they came out with the Slim, and then they came out with the E.
Yep,
which is at the very last leg of it. It looks like a Xbox One, but it's a 360.
Didn't they have it was the Xbox 360? I know you want to call it the E, but I think it's called the DE, Digital Edition. No,
it wasn't. Oh, no, it still had a disc. It had a disk drive, but you had to slide the case.
That's right. Yeah, you're right.
So it was the E.
This comes out October 8th for $149.99 for those of you that collect Mega Bloks. Let's see. It's available for pre-order on Target's website, but apparently Mega has tapped the nostalgia vein so hard that pre-orders are already sold out. What? Dang, so it looks like I can't get it at all. That's okay. That other brick builder company should be able to scratch your classic console itch just as well. Oh, man.
You'll have to be on that thing like when everybody was pre-ordering the Xbox and they were selling out. You have to keep refreshing wait for people to cancel.
If I was Mega Constructs and this sold out on pre-orders, I would make more because you got to put those molds to use. They have to custom mold this. All this is custom molded. Why not?
Well, the question is what is the number of in the batch that they paid for, because that's the risk reward, you know. And then if you do too many, you don't sell it, then you know what I mean? If you got to do like another batch and you don't sell that batch, that's money that you just wasted. So they got to figure out the risk reward.
They could just do a re-release with another set and reuse some of that stuff.
Yeah. And Fastback is, I want this now. Thanks. You know what? I didn't want it at first, Fastback, but now I kind of do. Especially now that I found out you can open it. That has internals. It has Cortana in there, which, as you know, Cortana, love her. I don't care that it lights up. That's neither here nor there for me personally. But it's cool that it does. I just kind of don't want to put batteries in this and then forget about it and then have it just go, acid come out.
Ackline.
Yeah.
Although they still
ruin this.
They take a long time before that happens, but they'll leak too.
Yeah, I will forget about it for that long that it has a battery. Trust me. I know me. And one of the things I do, I will pull the batteries out of my controllers to make sure that I don't forget about it if I haven't used it in a long time. So once the controller makes it on the shelf and gets off the desk or off the, off my main playing areas and it goes into the collector's shelf, they all go in there without batteries. I've made it a point to do that.
Yeah. I try to remember to take batteries out of stuff I don't use.
Oh, no. Fastback says, my original 360 on display was stolen, so I would love this. That sucks, Fastback. I'm sorry that it was stolen. Guys, if you know who stole Fastback's 360, be sure to call Crime Stoppers. I'm sure he would appreciate it.
Right, he's in Texas with you. Are you sure you don't have it?
I actually have a lot because I do some reselling. I repair them and resell them. And the thing I hate getting is the OG these. I stopped buying these because most of them are red ringed. And to properly fix a red ring, you have to do a lot of ball soldering. And it's like 150 ball solders. And it takes forever. And it's not worth my labor. It's not worth the money I make off of it. So I just don't get them. So now I only buy the slims. So if I buy a 360 to resell or to fix, I only buy the slims. And people do ask for this, but I'm sorry, guys. Unless your system was fixed by Xbox for that red ring and got the ball and solder done correctly, everybody else is kind of. I don't see how anybody would take the time to do that to resell. To do it to your own console, I get it because it's your own, right? Like Terry, like fixing your own car, like doing all the extra stuff. Yeah, you would do it, but you wouldn't do it for someone else, right?
No, takes forever.
Well, with the way the market's going with what the heck's it called? The emulation and all that stuff that they mod, the mod community. It might be worth it if you can mod it and soft mod and
ball soldering. I don't know if you know about soldering, Dread.
I know nothing.
You know nothing.
Seeing that I'm in the field of computer electronics is what I went to school for. No.
Oh, okay.
I know nothing.
You know just a little bit. So
I know enough. I used to do TV repairs, man.
Yeah, but ball soldering, like you got to ball solder those entire chips out and put them back in, and it's so tight together that if you ball solder and one of the other pieces of solder is touching the other one,
oh, I know,
it's done. It's over. You just wasted your whole effort. It is so time consuming to do it right by hand, which is why Xbox has the machines, right? They obviously have the machines that can take it all off and have the machines that can put it all back on. I think they used to be called back in the day pick and place machines, right, Dread?
Something like that.
But now they have a new name because pick and place is kind of older technology, 1980s, 1990s, and I'm sure Microsoft used much better tech than that. But yeah, it's just not worth it as a reseller to fix these. So if I get these, I pop them open, and if they haven't been fixed, I don't even try to sell them because I know they're going to red ring if they haven't already. Or my favorite one is when I open it and I see the stupid air vent guides that GameStop installed, or that some guy bought off the internet to add cooling to it, those are the best. Because as soon as you take that little air vent off, red ring. As long, or you leave that vent on in about a month, red ring. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So,
see,
yeah.
no, I used to do all that stuff back in the day, but for my OG one, I went ahead and took it to a place, even though it didn't red ring. I took it to a place because it started messing up when the Slim was announced.
Yeah.
And I had already have the Elite. So
the Elite, it was amazing.
Oh, I love it. I still have it now. It still runs.
Yes.
And I still have a Slim, but I took that white one and I took it to a place, and it was one of those, let's call it what it was. It was a nerd den. You know what I mean? These
You're
guys
interrupting our Dungeons and Dragons, Dread.
These guys, you know, back then I wasn't that old, but now I'm looking at them. They're all like, you know, they're 40, 50s guy, you know, old guys, you know, and they got like little kids running around in the garage, but these guys were like hacking. Like,
yeah,
we saw some of the stuff that they were doing. We're like, and I'm like, no, I'm good. I just want to be able to take this to GameStop and not have to worry about it screwing up on me. So they fixed it. They actually put a better vent on it. I should have just kept it. But they put a heat sink on there. They did all this extra stuff that would have made it last just as long, even though it, like I said, everybody else, I had 5 friends. 5 friends. I had one friend had 5 red ring of deaths. Yeah, 5 of them. But I had other friends that had gone through multiples too, you know, 2 to 3, but one of them was just 5, and it's like, holy crap. You know, you don't want to deal with that. And I'm like, I bought mine when you bought your first one, and mine's working still. So it's just, I think it's sort of how, you know, and it basically is, it's how you treated your Xbox. You know, you played hard on it, you know, and then you turned it off and walked away, and that's how it was. You know, I played, but I didn't play like some of these guys would play for hours. The only time we played for hours was when Halo was launched.
Heck yeah.
You know, we played that until we beat it. First go, campaign co-op, boom, beat the campaign. It's like, all right, cool, peace out, I'm asleep, and then we'll start playing some multiplayer. But that was it. But yeah, these things, they were good systems, and they still are. They still last. Like I said, I still got the Elite, which is the black version of this white one
with the 250 gigabyte hard drive.
Yep,
the biggest hard drive you could have at the time.
At that time, yep.
Yeah. I still have my OG one. So, you know, after Red Rings happened, I was like, oh, mine's good. It doesn't have the Red Ring of Death. Doesn't have Red Ring of Death. And, you know, Xbox had extended the warranty to 3 years or something like that. Right? And so finally, I got the Red Ring. Finally. The Slim was already out. Well out. Right? And so I type into Xbox support and I tell them about the Red Ring. And they're like, what's your serial number? I give them my serial number. And they're like, oh, yeah, your warranty was going to expire in like 42 days. Go ahead and send it in. So I almost lasted even through the extended warranty period without getting a Red Ring. And I finally got it. I sent it out. They sent it back. You know, I have my little refurbished by Microsoft sticker on it. I left it on there. I still have my OG one. But what did break on it is the disk drive. So I went and bought a Red Ring of Death Xbox for $20. And I swapped the disk drives to get it to work. So yeah, and it's not that mine wouldn't read; it's that it wouldn't pop out. It I don't know, it just jammed.
Yeah, that reminded me though. My Slim, I had to send it in, and I had the same situation where it was like right at the end of the warranty. So I sent it in, and they sent me back a new Slim. So the Elite is the only one that I still have that I purchased that has not had an issue.
Awesome.
I probably just jinxed myself.
Go check it out. Somebody go check on Dreadpool's Xbox right now. Knock on wood. Knock on something, Dread.
Soon to be wood.
Terry, do you have any 360 Red Ring of Death stories?
Nope, mine never did, and my disk drive never broke either. Like I was one of the lucky ones. I didn't have to have any of that. Yeah.
Super lucky, super lucky. Awesome. All right, before we change this topic, Terry, we had a poll. Let me go ahead and end it right there. We had a poll.
Did your 360 get the red ring of death? 60% said no.
Wow.
40% yes. Look at that. A lot of lucky ones.
Super lucky. We're in the minority here, Dreadpool.
Yeah.
Let's check in with the chat. Mr. Joanna Dark joins us. Shout out to Mr. Joanna Dark. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. I think I already said that, but let me make sure here. We got Boom Boom Kaboom. Noof Nukem is in the room. Shout out to Noof Nukem. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. By the way, guys, be sure to check out Noof's new show, the Gaming Views podcast, on Tuesdays here it's at 8. So I guess it would be 9 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, be sure to check him out, guys. He's got him and Titan Drago and what's his name?
Mentalator.
I wanted to say Percolator, but I'm like, no, it's not him. Mentalator run a great show there, guys. Be sure to check them out. Quick 1 hour long show. So yeah. And Noof says the first 360 actually worked without Red Ring of Death. My Halo 3 limited edition. Oh, the Halo 3 limited edition of 360. That's the good one. Yeah.
Yeah, he's right. Mondays.
Nice one.
Mondays, not Tuesdays. I just caught that too because I was like, wait a second, that didn't sound right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Mondays. Sorry. You're right.
Monday.
That's right. I play nonstop every day after school. My 360, I got day one, lasted until 2012. Got a Red Ring of Death, and I cleaned it out and replaced the exhaust fans because one was broken. Still works. Wow.
Yeah, Noof, you're going to compete with football on Monday nights?
If the Broncos are playing, sorry, Noof. I also never had air conditioning and still don't. And all my Xbox 360s run great. Dang, I don't know where you live where you can't have air conditioning. Me and Fastback, we're in Texas.
Colorado, you don't need no air conditioning in Colorado.
Oh, trust me, you do. Colorado gets hot. It's cold, but it gets hot. Yeah. And then I have an OG Xbox here. Need to replace the capacitors on the motherboard. Have fun with that. And of course, yes, Monday. Yeah, Monday. Let's see. RWK88 says, I have a Slim and I love the HDMI, but it doesn't look as good as I remember on the TV. Right? It's so funny. Let's see. Just remember, Xbox is number one from Jason Max. Thank you so much for joining us, Jason Max. You are the real MVP. My first Red Ring of Death was after Gears of War. I was pissed. I would be too. When did I get my Red Ring? I don't even remember what I was playing, but I was so sad. Nah, I run cool. I don't need AC. Must be nice, man. I need AC.
You ever pulled a prank to make a friend think they got the Red Ring when they didn't? Because you could prank them.
You could?
Yeah, all you had to do was pull the wire out a little bit, and it would red ring. And then they would be freaking out. And then all you had to do was plug it back in and it'd be fine. So you could prank them.
When you mean the wire out, you mean the power cable?
No. The AV cable.
Yeah, the AV cable.
Really? It would ring on AV cable?
Yeah.
You would just slightly pull it out. It would red ring. So you could just people.
If you didn't lock it in right, it would red ring automatically. And people freaked out, and it wasn't really anything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Makes me wonder how many people thought they had red ring and their wires just got pulled loose and they sent it in.
Right? Okay. Well, hey. There you go, everybody. Okay, let's move it right along here. Oh, Red Monkey Butt joins us. Shout out to Red Monkey Butt. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP, Red Monkey Butt. Let's see. So it was a different red ring combo. Yeah. Still, red. Nobody memorized the red rings. All you knew it was red, and you're like, no, it happened to me. So yeah, there you go. Mega Bloks, Red Rings of Deaths. And Terry's still not convinced of getting into Mega Bloks, and neither is Dreadpool, right?
No.
Yeah.
No? I don't know. I might have to get it.
I would accept a gift. I would not.
Yeah.
Add it to your Amazon wish list. All right. So if you guys haven't noticed, a little game by the name of Starfield and got my Starfield watch. DREADPOOL has his watch, but he didn't charge it.
No, I did charge it. It just died. It was at 100 too. I must have been playing with it too much.
Something. I don't even know how to tell how much percentage of battery this watch has.
Oh, it tells you. There's a spot that tells you.
Oh yeah, there it is, huh? There it is. What do you know? Mine's like at 70%. So yeah, this little game called Starfield came out, and all three of us have played it, right? Right?
Yes.
All right. And we're gonna hear the good, the yeah, the meh, and the what is it you say?
Nah.
People?
Yeah,
and the
nah.
nah.
Yeah, nah.
Nah. So three different people, three different opinions, I think. And so I'll go last. Which one of you two wants to go first?
Oh, ladies first.
Oh yeah, ladies first. All right, Terry, tear into it.
I'm gonna be the negative Nancy.
Let's get the bat out of the way.
Oh man. Okay, so I did get to play it because I thought it came out on Thursday, but it actually came out on Wednesday. So I was actually able to play it some. So I put in, I think, around 6 hours. I think we'll say that, but I have not left the first moon of Crete. I'm still there. So
6 hours.
I know. There's still 6 hours, and you know, one of my issues was I couldn't figure out where the freaking guy was because I kept following the thing telling me where to go, and he was like crazy far. I didn't realize I had to move my landing site. Yes, but anyways, so I was wandering around trying to find him, and I couldn't find him for the longest time. But I eventually found him. But yeah, no, it's just, man, like I'm not feeling it. But I want to keep going because I'm on like the starter moon. Like I can't give up on the starter moon. You know what I mean? Like I have to at least experience what a shipyard is like. I got to experience what the city is like. I got to at least experience some of the different things to get a real feel for the game. It's just right now my biggest gripes with the game isn't so much like the gameplay. It's for me it's the lack of tutorial that the game offers. They had a tutorial, but it was very limited. There's a lot of things you need to know how to do in this game, and they don't cover any of it. One of the things, so the like your quick select, like they don't go. There's no tutorial on how to equip things on your quick select. The only tutorial they have is press down to use your health pack that we already put on your quick select, but we're not going to tell you anything more.
Yeah,
and it's frustrating as heck. I'm like, how are you not going to tell me how to put stuff on there? That's like one of the fundamental things that they should have covered because Fallout had it, and Fallout told you how to do it. And I can't figure. I still haven't. I'm 6 hours in, and I've been fumbling around with it, trying to figure out how to do it. I still haven't figured out how to put my food and my weapons and stuff on my quick select, so I'm probably gonna have to, search it online and find it.
You just have to hit
which I shouldn't have to do. Like, no, I should not have to go and look up how to do basic things. The game should tell you how to do the basics, and this game does not tell you the basics. So it ticks me off. Also, the lack of options in the settings, it drives me nuts. This is a AAA game. And it has borderline options in your settings. I feel like it's an indie game with how limited the settings it is. You can't customize. I can't get rid of motion blur. I can't adjust brightness or anything like that. It's just basic things that all their other games have, but they kept it out of this one. And it ticks me off because I don't like motion blur. It gives me a headache. And playing this game, I am getting headaches, and I'm not happy. Because I can't turn the stuff off.
I could get rid of motion blur.
No, you can get rid of head bob, but you can't get rid of motion blur. There's no option.
Really? Huh, I could have sworn mine said motion blur.
No, I have no option, and I'm furious. I can't in the brightness as well because everybody's TV settings are different. So you gotta have brightness settings because I don't want to change my monitor settings.
Right.
So and they have no freaking brightness settings in this game. Come on, 25 years in the making, and you can't put a basic freaking brightness setting in there? BS. Stupid. So it's just things like that are making me really not enjoy this game. And it's stuff that is 100% fixable and avoidable if they just put the freaking options in here. you know? Just put the options in there. Because then I would probably enjoy it. Because if I could because right now, doing combat is frustrating because I can't use my quick select. So I have to keep going in my inventory, scrolling through my crap, finding the weapon I want, switch to the weapon, just to find out that weapon doesn't even have ammo because when you click on it, it doesn't even tell you you have ammo for it. So then I gotta go through it again and pick a different gun. And I'm like, I don't have time for this crap. I'm wasting more time trying to find a gun with ammo than anything. So I got frustrated. I said, screw guns. And I just been running around with a fire axe because if they can't give me a quick select to show me what my ammo is, then I might as well just run around with an axe and just do that because, you know, screw it. You know, it's testing me. It's testing my patience. Okay, I can't play the way I want to play. And it really is because they have no tutorial to teach you how to do stuff. You know, it's overly frustrating. Overly frustrating. So I hate that. I hate that. The space combat. Now, I come from, you know, a background of playing a lot of like Ace Combat and like simulation fighter games. Okay, so I love that stuff. I don't like the way they have it in this game. I find it very tedious. It's not that good. There's definitely better games to play for that fighter pilot experience. Starfield ain't it. Starfield ain't it when it comes to that. They do a good job. I mean, it's decent. It's not horrible. It's decent. But like I said, if you really want that fighter pilot experience, go play a different game because this ain't it. Go play like Elite Dangerous or something. All right, but no, I do not like that either. And then I want to be able to just deviate from the main story to do what I want, and I can't. They force you to continue the main story to travel anywhere. And like, I wanted to be like, you know what? Because I don't like playing main stories. I like to do what I want. And then I go eventually get to the story stuff. And the game forces me. I can't just be like, you know what? Screw this moon. I'm going to go over here. No, you're not allowed to fast travel nowhere until you find this pirate. I'm like, screw that pirate. There are other things that I want to go do. Screw that pirate. I got no fight with him. All right.
What do you mean us? I got nothing. There's no us here.
Clearly, he's got an issue with this other guy. I couldn't care less about him, but no, I wouldn't. I took care of the pirate. But whatever. It's agitating. And then because I was angry, you know, I lied. I told him that, you know, we were good. I, you know, threatened him. We were good. He backed down, and then I blew him up anyway. And I took his stuff because, you know what? You made me come here to talk to you. I'm getting your stuff. But no, it's just, I think if once I can learn the basics, I think I will like the game. It's just the learning curve on this game is horrendous, and it's Bethesda's fault because they intentionally kept basic stuff out of the game to teach you how to do it. So, you know, I shouldn't have to go online. How do I, you know, put this on the quick select? I shouldn't have to do that. The game should tell you how to do that. You know?
Yeah, I gotta say the quick select thing. I learned that via a podcast. Somebody said it on a podcast.
Like you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to do that. You should be able to just do it because I've been looking through it and trying to find it, and I couldn't figure it out. And I just got frustrated with it and said, screw it.
If you look at the weapon on the bottom right, there's a whole bunch of different options with buttons, and it tells you to.
I looked. I didn't have anything that said to add it to the thing.
Y is where you put it. You hit Y, and then it opens up your quick select, and you can place it. It tells you that right there.
Yeah, but
I did the same thing.
Though it doesn't tell you though, which
it doesn't tell you.
It also didn't tell me. I learned it via a podcast.
Yeah,
I learned it by accident by looking down and going, okay, what is all this stuff? So
like I've seen some people complain about how they didn't know how to heal themselves. I'm like, that's just. That one, I don't understand how they didn't figure that out because if you played Elder Scrolls or Fallout, you know that there's specific food items that do specific things. So like I already knew how to do that because I played the other games. I knew just to look at what the benefits were of all my 8 items, and I figured that out like that because I'm familiar with Bethesda. But they didn't. I couldn't figure out the stupid quick select. But I think my biggest gripe though with them is the lack of options in the settings. I have to get rid of motion blur, and I have to be able to adjust my brightness, and there's no options. And that's the biggest game breaker for me, because I am definitely getting headaches. They're not major headaches, but it's more of it's a mild headache, but I'm more focused on thinking about that than the game, and that's no bueno. So
Yeah,
they need to fix that. They need to have an update where they add more options, because that's ruining it for sure.
I had to turn the motion blur off twice to get it to actually take. So there is a way to turn off motion blur. You can, so like when the game started, before I even hit new game, I went into option and turned off motion. Like it gave you, do you want motion blur on or off? And I selected off. Right.
See, I don't have a motion blur setting. They have
and then I go,
film
I hit
grain.
start.
They have film grain, which I turned off, and they have like head bobbing, which I turned off.
Right. And then I went to start new game, right? And I'm like, what is all this motion blur? Blah, blah, blah. So I had to go into the menu again and select it again to turn it off. And this time it's a slider, right?
Okay.
And this time I had to actually slide it all the way to the left to turn it off.
See, that sounds like a big flaw then if you had to go back and do it again.
No, I don't want motion blur when I play this game, but it's
new game, motion blur on. Yeah, that's definitely a flaw on their part then, and they screwed up. But I didn't see an option. I went through all the options. I don't have that option. Mine's missing. But then again, I don't know. Maybe it's a bug and mine's missing. I don't know. But they need to fix it. They need to fix it. All right? Yeah. I don't like that at all.
It is something. And everybody has their preference, but outside of the options, what do you think about the game so far? Or is this so bad that you're not enjoying the game?
Well, right now I'm not enjoying the game, but I think, but like I said, I think once I learn how to do the basic stuff that the game doesn't teach you, and I figure out how to play it, I think I will like it. It's just that learning curve is brutal right now, because it's forcing me to have to go on the internet to learn how to do things that the game should have told me. You know, and I'm not, someone who, skipped through the tutorial and all that. Like, I did the freaking tutorial. It didn't teach you nothing. All right. So no, they screwed up, in my opinion. They should have did a better job with their tutorial. All right.
Well, there you go. So initial impression for Terry is not positive.
No, I hate it right now.
Let's check in with the chat, see what they have to say. Fastback says, I'm probably about 3 days worth of play. Dang. Noof Nukem says, Starfield is awesome, but not groundbreaking. And he's about level 6, 10 hours in. And let's see. Ice Cream Gaming joins us. Shout out to Ice Cream Gaming. You are the real MVP. Thank you so much for joining us. She says, hey, I just got home after being caught in a thunder and rain. Wow. I'm glad you made it home safe. Shout out to my buddy, Sean. He says, agreed, Terry, and this is also classic Bethesda. That's right, classic. They have a style, for sure. Chael Walker, it says he was able to turn off motion blur, as I was also, but I had to do it twice. My friend Sean says, I do like the game. That's great. I'm glad people are liking it. Fastback says, so, what CoolCatTerri is really saying, Starfield is her game of the year.
What I might need to do is I might just need to completely reboot the game, because I've been doing it on the the quick play or whatever. So I might need to just fully shut it down and reboot it and see if maybe my motion blur setting shows up, because mine's not there. I've looked multiple times because I keep getting more and more peeved that I don't have it off. So trust me, I've been looking for it. It's not there. So I'll reboot it and see if maybe it was just like some sort of bug or something that got worked out. I don't know.
All right. So maybe we'll see. Let's see. Noof is like, weird. I'm not having the same issues as Terry at all. There you go. We're all different gamers, friend, sir. We're all different gamers. Let's see.
They even said the same thing.
Shout out to Retro Nerd. He said, what's up, chat? Thank you so much for joining us, Retro Nerd. You are the real MVP, and I believe this is my first time seeing your name, so thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. And I am getting all sorts of notifications, but I have to keep them on. Sorry about that, everybody. Let's see. Splendid Difference says, great morning. Shout out to Splendid Difference. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. And Dan, the man Cunningham, joins us. He says, good morning, all. How's everybody doing today? Hey, thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. Crazy Greek Dude says, it's technically a multiplayer game because you have to ask a friend and the internet is how to and the internet on how to do things. So there you go. Co-op unlocked, Terry. Ask a friend, phone a friend. Oh my gosh, this name. How do you guys come up with these names? This is awesome. Tubby Master 18. Shout out to Tubby Master 18. Thank you so much for joining us. You're the real MVP. He says, I'm about 30 hours in. It's been all right. All right. Let's see. Shout out to Lost Boomer. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. He says 34 hours. Eye motion blur is on. There you go. Splendifer says, Starfield is great, man.
Stop yelling, Splin. He's yelling.
He's yelling. Red Monkey Butt says, Starfield was the first game since Red Dead Redemption 2 that made me stay up to 3 a.m. playing. Wow. There you go. Retro says, I'm 2 days in, definitely having to learn how to use all the mechanics, even if I have to find out how to do something from elsewhere. That seems to be the case.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be the
case. Learning curve, man.
Lost Boomer said, I've had a lot of bugs and made shorts of them. That's cool. I'm going to have to check out those shorts. Let's see. Anybody else got anything to do with Starfield? Hey, shout out to Dragonheart Yobi. Thank you so much for joining us, Dragonheart Yobi. You are the real MVP. He says, hashtag we want Terry. Absolutely, we do. All right. That's it for most of the stuff here for Terry's take. So, yeah, meh, or nah?
Nah.
Let's ask the chat. And of course, Dreadpool, do you want to explain the yeah, meh, or nah?
Okay, yeah, man, nah. If you say it real fast, it's yemena. It's for me in Greek. And basically, yeah, it's going to be a yes, go for it. Nah. Or meh, basically, is, in the between, undecisive. Give or take, and then you get nah, which is no, pass on it. So it's basically yes, basically maybe, and then basically no.
Right.
So, and Yemena, that's my choice. It's for me. It's for my choice to make.
It's a lot easier than for me to put that instead of how would you rate Starfield 1 through 10, and there's only 4 choices on my.
Yeah.
Oh, I did have, I think it was a bug. Like, so what happened was I was just walking. I wasn't over encumbered. I didn't have any afflictions on my character. And I just kept dropping dead at random. And then I would reload. And then I would take a step forward, drop dead, reload, go a different direction, drop dead. And it kept doing that on a loop.
I kind of think you maybe ran into some wildlife.
No, there was nothing. There was nothing. I wasn't being attacked. I had no afflictions, and I was not over encumbered. I was just chilling, and then it just kept on killing me at random. And eventually, after it killed me like 20 times in a row, it just stopped doing it, and I was able.
I would have reloaded so long ago.
I did reload it. I did reload it, and it kept doing it, and eventually it just stopped doing it. I'm like, that made no sense. Trust me, I was raging at that moment because I reloaded a different save and it did it on that one too, and I was furious. But eventually, it worked itself out. But yeah, no, that was definitely a rage moment for me when I couldn't do anything without dying.
Yeah, I'll say.
I'm like, why am I dying? There's nothing happening right now.
I hate dying. I hate dying in games.
I could understand if I had if I was poisoned or something and I was dying from that, but that wasn't the case. I was just, the game's like, you know what? You're dead because we said so.
I have found the video. Oh, I found the bug, Terry. It's actually documented. I found it.
Is it?
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me show it.
I don't know. I feel like you're gonna prank me.
There we go.
Oh my god, I've seen this video.
That's 100% what happened to Terry right there.
Probably.
Guys.
It's probably what happened. Stepped on a pebble. I stepped on a moon pebble and it died.
You stepped on a moon pebble.
A moon pebble.
Space dust.
Space dust.
All right, Dreadpool, you're up next, sir. Give us your first impressions.
My first impressions. As I said before, I played a good 3 hours into it, and then I started my character all over again because I wanted to figure out which way I wanted to go.
All right.
but yeah, each time I did something different, right? So, and it literally gave me like the freedom of doing something. It didn't narrow me into a corridor. I mean, part of the main story is kind of getting you to a certain spot, and then it's free form. But even before getting to that certain spot, because Terry hasn't gotten there yet, I was still able to go wherever I wanted to. Didn't run into any walls, those invisible makeshift walls that everybody was pretending were like game breaking and stuff. But when you look at it, I'm running around, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
There were ships, because when I got to the first planet, the ship took off, and I was like, was it because I took too long? Because after the first battle, I'm running around looking here. I'm going, wow, this went actually a lot smoother than normal. Trying to figure out what's going on, and I was just looking around. So I was taking time. So it seems like some of the stuff is time sensitive. So if you're not at the right place at the right time, the event is totally different later on. If you show up 5 minutes too late. I showed up 5 minutes too late, and the ship took off, and I was like, what was that about? But then I saw two other ships. I saw a ship land like way out in the distance. So I went hiking.
Yeah.
I went hiking out there and ran into a whole new scenario that I never ran into the first time I played. So it did that scenario, and before I got to that ship, I saw another ship land. And those guys were level 5s. I don't even know what the first ship was, what their levels were. And it was really cool. Just because from what I played earlier, I'm literally playing the same storyline, but have changed the timeline, if you would say. You know what I mean? Like, it's totally different. Going there, dealing with the one ship, dealing with the next ship. They were level 5 and I'm a level 1. And I'm like trying to fight them, and got killed right away. I'm like, I'm not. They loaded me. Yeah, they loaded me back in the first ship that I found, and I ran back out, and I figured out a different way to and devised a plan, and ended up having those I don't know, those space fleas attack those guys and help me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was really cool. So I got some cool stuff. And then I doubled back, went to the pirates. So I continued on the mission, and I altered the way it was played because they were hunting your ship because of whatever reason. I influenced them that there's nothing about it. We're just exploring. And from then on, nobody was hunting me anymore. They pulled me out of the hunted field, I guess you would say.
The bounty hunt. Yeah, the bounty hunters.
But I don't have the bounty hunter on me.
Oh, was it a tracker?
No, it was one of at that base that you at the first planet, Keat, the base. I talked to the guy and I persuaded him not to follow us anymore.
Okay. Interesting.
So it was a totally different game. You know what I mean? The timeline changed because I changed up how I played.
Interesting.
That's why I wanted to only go in like a few hours in to get to a certain point, figure out how I wanted to play, and then back out, start over. I still got the first one, so if I wanted to, I could always go back to that first save and play through that way. But again, it altered the way that the timeline flows. It's still the main missions are still there. And I'm doing a little dance in case you can't see me dancing. But the timeline is altered because of how I altered my gameplay. And
I persuaded that man, and he backed down, and then I blew him up. So.
No, well, again, it was one of those things where I threatened him and then I persuaded him, but I didn't kill him, and then I ended up being able to fly away from the planet with no issues. You know what I mean? So it was like one of those things, but it was cool. And on the one side, I think because this is what happened when I was first playing, I didn't know where the freaking helmet was.
Really?
Like I was trying to figure out how do we open this door so we can progress. I didn't know because I was getting frustrated. I missed the cue that was on top that told
I was
me
gonna
what
say
was going on.
that was one of the times they actually did tell us something important.
Yeah, but I wasn't paying attention, so I missed the cue.
You missed it.
So I think part of it is when you get frustrated and you miss stuff, like we were talking about the weapon why makes it a favorite, but as soon as you make it a favorite like that, it opens up the your placement of your weapon on where to put it. It also tells you how many bullets you have for it. But it's one of those things that when you get so frustrated and you're lost, it doesn't help. And I think a lot of it was in your face, but you just didn't know what to look for. Because even
It's
still,
possible. I'll probably end up booting it up after the show today.
yeah, like I said, I didn't know
watch my motion blur be there now that I'm not ticked off anymore.
But and that's the thing, is like I'm like freaking out going, I thought I had bullets. And I'm looking and I'm like, no, I don't have bullets. And then I go to the next weapon. I'm like, oh, that's where the bullets are. Because I'm looking, thinking, okay, this is where it tells me. And I was looking completely different spot. So yes, this does not hold your hand when it comes to it. And that was the aha moment I had when I was in that spot where I had to put my helmet on. This is literally about exploration of how the game mechanics work and how the game operates. It's not just exploration of space, it's exploration on everything that you have to figure out how to do. They do hold your hand for like certain things, like they did for the when you're first flying the ship. And I'm like, how do I've already done this part before. I had to obviously do that part of it again. But certain things you have to figure out on your own as you go. Like trying to pick up the loot crate in space, trying to figure that out, because I hit it so fast, the things didn't pop up fast enough for me to even register that it was there.
So when you had to do that part of the tutorial to loot the debris, I figured that out. I had no issue with that, but my buddy though, he had the hardest time with the flight combat part of the tutorial. Because he doesn't play flying games, he doesn't play any racing games or anything like that. He just doesn't do that stuff. So when the game forces you to have to do that kind of stuff, when he's just an RPG guy, he's used to all that stuff being animated. You just kind of hop in a ship and it takes you somewhere. So having to actually do that, it took him 2 hours to do that little tutorial where you had to shoot the 3 ships.
Wow.
What the funny thing is, the first time I played, I did the tutorial like nothing. It was like bam, in and out. The second time I played, my ship got blown up. And I was like, are you serious? I know what I'm doing, and now my ship gets blown up. Like I had to do that all over again. It was like, this doesn't make sense. But it is what it is. And I think part of it is because it is so lack of hand holding and the very minimalistic when they do show you what to do. I think that's where a lot of people get frustrated. And and this is one of it. It is a slow burn. It's meant to be a slow burn on a certain things. I mean, things will pick up, and they did pick up, because the first gameplay, like I said, the first one was a slow burn. The second one wasn't as slow, even though I had to replay a couple deaths again. You know what I mean? But it was I found a different direction, and it gave me I guess it felt like more purpose than the first time around. So I think it just depends on which way you go. You still have to, unfortunately, get off a key to progress the storyline, so that then it opens up, and then I kind of stop. But I got 8 hours in, with my busy schedule and doing that. It's a fun game. I mean, I wanted to keep playing, but we had to eat, and I was getting a headache from lack of eating, and the other headache was my wife and daughter looking at me going, "We're hungry." So, I had to stop. But
you have food at home.
That was the whole thing. Is
go eat a Pop-Tart.
It was my turn to cook.
Get some Hot Pockets.
I had to go get the food from the grocery store because we were like, we're gonna make some chicken.
Meatloaf, meatloaf, Bob.
I was like, there's Hot Pockets in there.
Hot Pocket. So funny.
No, but that was the thing, you know what I mean? So I think part of it is a lot of people are finding aggravation. And Tubby's in the chat again with he's still having those glitches where it's menuing him back out of the game itself. It's crashing on him.
That's so weird. I haven't had any game crashes at all. Like
a lot of people haven't, but I know a few people
am
that
probably have. God, I don't even know how many hours I'm in. I'm well over 27. I'm probably like 30, 32 hours in.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a single crash.
He's 30 hours in with like multiple crashes. Like he had the first
Xbox,
couple days.
I'm just kidding.
He's been on with tech support with Xbox tech support trying to figure it out too. So, but it's I haven't had any crashes, and it just sucks because it was the same. It was the opposite for me before with Callisto Protocol. I was having crashes menuing out right to the home screen, not of the game, of the Xbox. You know, I had that same issue with Callisto Protocol. It took I don't know how many uploads, and you know, other people were done playing the game with no crashes. So
yeah.
But
real quick, let's pause there. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna do like Kanye and let you finish here. But let me catch up the chat real quick.
He sounds dirty.
Yeah. Let's see. Red Monkey Butt says Starfield is not the best game ever made, but it's like crack. I can't stop playing. Absolutely. Retro Nerd says emotional damage to Terry. Let's see. Everybody's saying that CoolCatTerri forgot to put on her suit on in a hazardous planet.
Yeah, I had a good suit.
Let's see. Lots of motion blur stuff. And Retro Nerd is like me. He's had no crashes so far.
Yeah.
And of course, shout out to Chael Walker, who I showed earlier. He has something like 60 hours in. That's just crazy to me. Get some rest, my friend. Blink. You'll be okay.
Make sure you get plenty of like hydration. Like don't be going hard on that stuff like that.
That's right. Yeah, you know, get yourself some rest every now and again, guys. That's your brain on drugs. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, and we are caught up. Keep it going, Dreadpool.
Yeah, so overall, I think once you get past certain hurdles, which I know saying it like that seems unnecessary, but I think part of it is the frustration of not knowing is causing more hurdles and throwing stuff out of whack because you know you're searching for stuff and you don't know how to search for it. Like I said, I found stuff out by accident, and that's like, oh, okay. And I have not gone to YouTube or any other place looking for how to do this or how to do that. So when you look at it, it's like, all right, cool. It's a fun game. Once you get into it, you get into it. And the thing is, it might not be for you. You know, you might find out that you might not like this. It's like everybody's talking about racers. You know, if you have this racing game, you're gonna love it, and this racing game might not be for you because of the style. You know, Project Gotham Racing wasn't everybody's style, but it was the majority of the people that still call out for it. You know, so it might be for you, it might not be for you. So don't, just because we're loving it and telling you that you're playing it wrong doesn't mean that you might be playing it wrong, and it just might be the way that it's just not feeling it for you because that's your play style. You know, so and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, and that's the thing, is not every game's made for everybody, but I think this game, if you give it a second look and probably back down a little bit from the anger, you can, because that's what I had to kind of do myself. I had to back out a little bit because it was just like, okay, what's going on? Why am I having these issues? And then finding out, looking in a little bit deeper as to what's going on. Because, you know, I'm so used to like, okay, this is a menu. All right, you know, select this weapon and move on. Select this weapon, move on. I'm like, how do we put this on this the D-pad like that? How do we? And I never like stopped to look and figure it out, you know. And there's nothing wrong with going to YouTube or any other place, you know, like a website to figure out how to do some of this stuff. So don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that. I just didn't do it. But again, slow it down, figure it out, and you never know. I'm not talking to you, Terry. I'm talking to everybody.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm not pointing you out. Terry, you need to calm yourself down. Bring it down.
You know what? Screw guns. I'm just gonna play this game 100% melee. No.
Whoa.
And you can actually. You can. Yeah, there's no reason why not.
I mean, I did a playthrough like that in Fallout where I was just melee and pistols. So the only thing I used was handguns and melee, and I actually really loved playing it that way. But I was thinking because like they keep going on about how they worked with NASA and all this stuff. They wanted to try to get everything as realistic as they can, and I'm like, wait a minute. So this game takes place like 3,000 years from like our time. Mm-hmm. How come they still have crap from our time still working? Tell me that, because that doesn't make any sense. So, like in the very beginning of the game, in your entry tutorial of the game, when you're mining, they literally their heavy equipment that they have for digging their tunnel is the exact same stuff we have today. How is that stuff still functioning 3,000 years from now? Tell me that, Bethesda, because I'm calling BS on that. But otherwise,
efficient.
What's
efficient equipment.
Efficient equipment.
Mm-hmm. They just don't make things like they used to in Starfield, you know?
Well, it's like Aliens. You know, you look at the CRT tubes or TVs that they're using, you know, those are cathode ray tubes.
I'm pretty sure it's 3,000 Cheo because I saw them say it was like 23 something for years.
2310.
Yeah, 2310. So that's 3,000 years, dude. All right, so. Or no, that would be 300. I don't know. I can't count today. But anyways, whatever. There's no way that stuff is still working. Okay? There's no way that stuff is still working. 300 years from now, there's no way that heavy equipment is still functioning because that stuff gets beaten. All right? No.
I mean, but what would, other than radiation, nothing would damage the equipment in space. Just saying. It's a game, Terry. Calm down.
The equipment.
Okay, you can't land on the gas giant, okay?
It's mining equipment. It's going to get damaged from mining. That's what happens.
They 3D printed it in space, Terry. It's okay.
Oh, my goodness. Have some imagination, but you still can't land on gas giant. Screw that. That's too far-fetched.
Well, they could if they built a space station there like they do with Bespin, because I saw a lot of that being thrown out, and but I'm like, yeah, they still didn't land on the planet. They landed on the station.
I'm like, awesome. If they can have mining equipment that's 300 years old, they should be able to have, space rovers that are 300 years old getting us around on the freaking moon. Just putting that out there. But, so whatever.
See, this is what I'm getting at.
Shout out to, oh geez, I'm going to butcher this. Demology. Have no idea what this person made. Poop shape. So shout out to you. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. Shout out to Degina for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. Degina, of course, part of the Xbox Party podcast. He says, I've been able to sneak in an hour now and then, 19 hours now. And I love the game. I have 2 days off now, and I'm going to add another 10 to 12 hours at least to that number. Addicted. Absolutely. Shout out to Eternal Shaddai. Thank you so much for joining us. Eternal Shaddai, you are the real MVP. He says, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Eternal Shaddai. What just happened? Sorry, guys. I gotta address something real quick. Let's see. 3,000 years would be the year 5,000. Yeah.
You know what? Sometimes it's Sunday. Okay.
See, that's my point. You get too excited. You stop learning how to. You forgot how to count, how to add, how to.
Look, Sunday,
oh my goodness.
Sunday
shout out to Splendiferous here, teasing Terry. He says, disclaimer, this game does not reflect the views of the extremists, not calling any names, but it's someone on this panel.
I work 12-hour shifts. Today's my first day off, so my brain still isn't functioning, okay? I'm still recouping.
Man, it must be nice having those short shifts.
Oh, man. Freaking
so,
sucks.
Do you have anything else to add
No,
there, Dread?
that's it.
How's your rating then, Dread?
If Dread is done, so Dread, yeah, man or
good.
nah?
It's a yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And shout out to Dread here for his awesome stories. So I am probably the furthest along on Starfield out of the three because I got the Constellation Edition. I started playing day one, or I guess technically day two. It just so excited that I always take Labor Day and Memorial Day weeks off from work. Those are my 2 weeks, and it just coincided with Labor Day. So I've been doing a lot of Starfield lately, putting in a lot of hours in. Not as many as some of you guys. I'm not even working, and I don't have as many hours as some of you guys. Jeez, you guys are intense out there. I'm something like 23rd or 25th in my list of friends, and I'm just, how does that happen? I just don't know. So, my initial impression of Starfield is awesome. The people that say, "Oh, Starfield starts off low," no, it does not. Starfield starts off awesome and ramps up from there. It's like, Todd Howard said, "The more you put into Starfield, the more you get out," and he is not lying. The more I play this game, the more I'm getting out of it. There's so many quests, so good. Like the stories are so good. Like I am doing the Vanguard right now, and it's incredible. It's just incredible. I got stuck because now like they're loading like level 25 guys, and I'm only like a level 16, so I got to go find me some better weapons. And I found some finally on a planet. I won't give out any spoilers, but I found some, and I'm gonna switch over to them. But yeah, it's one of these games where like just randomness happens. So like every night, I end the game. After I'm doing quests and stuff, I end the game by just finding out. There's 1,000 planets, so I just choose, and only 100 of them have curated stuff on them. So 900 of them are just nothing. So I'm like, oh, this planet looks like it'll be cool to land on. I'm going to land there to take a photo. I did that on an ice moon. And I ended up finding, sorry, not an ice moon, an ice planet. I ended up finding a cryo facility that had been taken over by spacers. And this is not story at all, so I'm not ruining anything, okay? I'm just telling you a random adventure. This is obviously a random loading event. And I go and I kill the guys outside, and I get inside, and it's only like 2 rooms, and I'm like, well, this kind of sucks. And then I find another door, and I come to find out that this cryo facility goes down about 10 to 15 stories. And it's like, well, I got nowhere else to go. You get your cutter out, you can start cutting the ice on some of the doors and access more areas. So I spent like on my end of I thought I was going to spend like an hour on my end of the day area. I ended up spending like 3 hours exploring this cryo facility, killing all these spacers. And it was fantastic. It was a fantastic experience. Like, and it was just random. And I, it was just me going there, explore this cryo facility. You access the logs, and it actually tells you what happened to the cryo facility, why it malfunctioned. And it turns out that, the cryo facility is the way it is because they were requesting supplies, but they had refused supplies because of the war effort. And eventually the system started failing, and most everybody evacuated. A couple of scientists stayed behind, and I found the scientists that stayed behind. They're all frozen to death. So of course I just take their money. And it was this awesome little adventure I went on, not story related at all, just me exploring, finding out. And I love that. And then I ended up doing the Mantis quest. A lot of people have done the Mantis quest, so And when I got the Mantis up into space, I got attacked immediately by some high level pirates. So I'm like, oh my God, run away. So I'm just like trying to jump out anywhere. So I just select a random system. I jump out, the closest system. I jump out. I come out of the system, and there's like this derelict ship in the system. And I explored this derelict ship of that ended up it being its own story. I won't give it away, but it was a massive derelict ship. and it loaded up another side quest, and I'm just like, this is what makes Starfield. The fact that I was just like, oh my god, I finished one quest and I'm getting attacked and I don't have the weapons to kill these high-level pirates. I'm out. Just jump, random jump. Oh, hey, welcome to this random new event. It's like, and here's a quest to go with it. And it's so amazing. Like, that is what I'm loving about this game. I'm loving the fact that no matter where I go, even though it's not curated, I'm finding adventure. And yeah, some of the planets that are colonized, it's only literally like one city that's colonized. And that's kind of weird, considering the human population is maybe 500 million at this point. If you go by the fact that only like 9 cities are fully colonized. But I love all of it. I love how busy the cities get. I love that everything has a day-night cycle. I love the everything about it. Like yesterday, the reason I stayed up till 1:30 playing Starfield because I was building a ship. And I understand some people don't want to build ships or whatever, right? But I'm tired of running out of room on my cargo, so I built like a ship with almost 3,000 cargo space. Can't maneuver with the crap. So I'm like, okay, I can't maneuver. So that means I got to win the fights or have some epic shields. And of course, because I did the Vanguard quest, I have access to the Vanguard gear, which has like this shield generator that takes up like the entire energy bar. I'm like, yes. And I'm like, oh, I don't have enough energy for this with my most expensive reactor that I have money for. So how about I buy 2 of these reactors to power all my systems? I put them like these awesome weapons on it. I'm like, okay, I can't maneuver, but if I get you on my sights, you're going down. And I like built this. I basically built a semi out of a spaceship. And it's funny, and it straight tells you, it's like, your ship is not maneuverable. Consider adding more engines. It's like, I have the 3 biggest massive engines I could put on this ship. I don't know how much bigger I could get. And it's just so much fun finding out. And then I come to find out that the ships have manufacturers and only certain parts are available at certain stations. And then if that manufacturer has a showroom, you got to go get the parts from their showroom. You can't get all the parts from the dock guy. You have to go to their showroom and buy it from the salesperson, which again is so cool. Like, it's a little of an annoyance, but in my head, I'm like, that's so cool because that's like going to buy a car. You have to go to the salesperson, and it's just
buy it directly off the manufacturer website.
That's right.
Make my car. Have it ship it to me.
That's right. There's no Shipvana.
Come on, man.
In Starfield, I've upgraded my weapon. So Chael Walker here says right now I'm upgrading my piloting perk. I upgraded my what do you call it perk? The researching perk, because I like modifying my guns, so I'm researching the gun perks. And you also got to upgrade your research to upgrade more gun perks. And so I'm on this huge science kick to just keep upgrading my guns. And I love my guns. Like, I haven't gotten a new gun in a while, in maybe 10 hours, because the one I've upgraded it so hard that nothing matches its damage. And it's just a regular old gun. It's not like, it doesn't have any of those perks, although I've upgraded some of those too. And that's what I love about this game, is you can play how you want. Once you get off that first planet, what is it, Crate?
The moon.
Yeah, the moon. Once you get off that first moon, it's like it's like Skyrim. Once they let you get out of the cave, it's like, well, here's where you should go, but here's the world. Have fun.
Yeah,
and it's
right now,
exactly it. Once you beat those 3 pirates, it's like, well, here's where you should go, but here's the universe.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Yeah.
And it's so cool. It's so cool. I cannot get over it. And you will run into these situations. Like, there's these ships. I come to find out. So DREADPOOL says, like, oh, I'll get to a ship and they fly away. I found out that there are some ships where once you get a scope on your gun, if you zoom in and if those guys are something like 5 to 10 levels ahead of you, that is a good ship. And if they see you, they will book it and run. So you have to sneak around them and sneak onto the ship, kill these higher level guys, take the ship, and it's like the ships that are worth over 100,000 credits. And
No.
And so, but if they see you, they'll alert the pilot and they'll just take off. And it's like, and that took a little while to figure out because I was like, DREADPOOL, I'm like, man, I missed it. Man, I missed it. No, they saw me. So I got to sneak to them. So now I sneak to every ship I'm about to steal because, and I zoom in on the guys. If they're the same level of me or as lower, they won't fly away. But if they're higher, they will fly away. So I have to change how I approach each ship.
Are we not allowed to commandeer any ship we want? Because I have the wanted perk, so I had some bounty hunters come. I destroyed all of them. I looted all of them, and I went on their ship, and it wouldn't let me take their ship. Why? If they're dead, I should be able to commandeer that ship.
If their engines are out of order, and you don't have ship parts to repair it, you can't take it.
Their ship was not out of order. Nothing got attacked on the ship. They came in, they landed, they ran straight to me. I was watching from a mountaintop. They knew exactly where I was. I watched them run in a straight line because, for some reason you run in a straight line. And they came right for me. I slaughtered them, stole their stuff, went on their ship, and it said this ship doesn't belong to you. Like, well, I know. I want to make it mine. Let me take it.
You still are too early in the game.
Yeah, I think the fact you can't take the ship is because you haven't made it off the moon. If the map hasn't opened up to you, then you probably can't take it.
You haven't made
that. That might be what your issue
have
is.
to progress. Unfortunately,
I'm gonna have to, because I just took care of the pirates. So technically, I should be able to leave now. Leave, and then if I come back, will that ship still be there? Or are they gonna despawn it?
It should still be there, but I don't know if it will change the status. That's a good question.
Theoretically, it should still be there, but that doesn't mean that somebody else couldn't have come in and stolen an empty ship too.
Yeah, the entire game memorizes where everything is, and that's where I think they had to sacrifice some graphical fidelity, especially on the people models for it. Because it remembers where everything is. Like, I jettisoned a bunch of crap on a planet. I left, I came back, everything I jettisoned was still there. And it just happens.
The only thing that you got to worry about is if you have stuff on your ship and then you start modifying the ship if you don't have it in lockers. I found that out from other people talking.
Yeah. What I've come to find out is if I take off a hab and I put a new hab on, it takes all my decorations and throws it into the cargo. But if I have anything in lockers, like weapon lockers or captain's locker, that stuff is gone. So yeah, you do have to be careful. That's the only way to despawn anything, I found out, which is I use it all the time actually now to get rid of crap. And I don't feel like finding vendors. Yeah, so yeah, that's just, I love the game, and it does have a learning curve again, and it didn't tell me how to build a ship, hence why it took me 2 to 3 hours to build my ship, was because I had to find out. But to me, finding out is half the fun, because I grew up in an age where it's like, here's Mario, what button does what? I don't know, find out. How do I get past this guy? Find out. Like, I came from that era, but of course games are more like that. But I feel like that Starfield is just this never-ending adventure. And of course, you know me, I love space, I love sci-fi. So Starfield is this never-ending adventure of awesomeness that I really enjoy. So to me, I love it. I thought nothing's going to beat Tears of the Kingdom in my head. And sure enough, this game beat it, just because the adventure. Tears of the Kingdom tells its story in a different way, but this one, like, the stories are engrossing in a way. Like, you want to care. Sometimes, like I did the Vanguard quest, a lot of it, like, it has its highs and lows, but the highs are so high on it. It's like, wow, that was awesome. So yeah, I'm loving Starfield. I cannot get enough of Starfield. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait to jump back in and fly again. Let's check in with the chat. Let's see. Fastback says, I did that Axel 1324 gaming and I got lost for a second. Oh, by the way, guys, in case you haven't figured it out, it's a yeah from me. Okay, yeah. Chael Walker says, right now I'm trying to rank up my piloting perk. I have not invested into that. I have no intention of disabling ships. Like I did a mission where I needed to go capture a guy. I just blew him up. I just did. There's no capturing in my book. Let's see. Lost Boomer says, I have not found the mantis yet. It's hidden. It's a hidden quest. For sure. It's a hidden quest for sure. Oh, Dreadpool's going to have to bounce here soon. Sorry, Dread. Let's see. And Retro Nerd says, that's so sick, right? Right? And Death Dealer says, the assassins have failed yet again. I am awake. Shout out to Death Dealer. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. Where do you get new parts from? I'm stuck with the same parts. I'm assuming you're talking about ships. You can talk to the any major port. They have the ship guys. There, you can go there, modify your ship, and you can look at the sizes of the whatever you want. Like, let's pretend you want to replace a 3x1 berth, all-in-one. So an all-in-one is a type of habitat. But if you go left and right, the type of habitat changes. Like, oh, now it's an engineering habitat. Now it's a mess hall. Now it's a whatever. So that's where you get them from. But yeah, it took a while. It's definitely there. I found out you can destroy asteroids for resources. I found out you can destroy asteroids just randomly. And Fastback says, I joined Rangers and have enjoyed the first couple of missions. I found out you could destroy asteroids and I was just happy. I didn't know you could resource them. I just wanted to shoot them.
Shoot them.
Let's see. Chair Walker says, I need to rank it up for a quest line. Yeah. And Lost Boomer says, I'm 34 hours in and will not let me take the ship. I haven't run into that issue, guys. I don't know how to say that. But maybe not every ship is commandeerable, because when you get into a ship, it'll tell you either kill everyone in there or leave. That's those are your two options. Optional.
Mine literally gives me a message that I don't remember exactly what it says verbatim, but it basically says this ship doesn't belong to you.
I don't remember seeing any messages. I just go on the ship.
It pops up on the top right of my screen.
Yeah,
this message doesn't belong to you. So it's like, well, screw you. I'm taking it.
Yeah, the only message I had was one of them. I had to use a lockpick, and I didn't have
the
a
digipicks. Yeah, to get in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the digipicking that they have in this game compared to.
I love the digipicking.
The lockpicking
once you level that up, though, I hear it changes. It makes it easier.
That they had in like Elder Scrolls and all that I like more.
Oh, I hate the Elder Scrolls lockpick style.
Elder Scrolls is so easy.
Oh,
so
no.
easy.
I struggle so much with it. Digipicking is so much better.
I can flip through that stuff quick, but no, the digi one is dry. I don't like it.
Lost Boomer. Axel, I use my whole ship to store stuff. No, I got rid of. No, I need storage space. Me and my semi are good.
All those sandwiches.
That's right. Terry, we had a poll, so it's a yeah from me. It's a yeah from Dreadpool. It's a nah from Terry. How did the chat do?
How would you rate Starfield so far? 84%, yeah. And then it was an even 7% for meh and nah.
And nah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It's
all right, Terry,
it's
Terry,
a heck no.
Do you have an indie spotlight for us today?
I do, but okay, I mean, I don't have to do it.
No. It's up to you if you want to do it. But I'm going to take this break here to tell everybody to not forget to check out the Iconic Video Games podcast every Friday night at 8 p.m. You can join me, Death Dealer, Princess Zelda, and Doggy Dog 420. All of us just talking random games. The Iconic Video Games podcast is more of a ranking style podcast where we just pick a topic, and we mention some of our favorite games in that topic. So it is not a news podcast. It is more of an entertainment podcast. So be sure to check it out, guys, every Friday. Whoop, I forgot. I thought I turned that off. Every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I don't know where this is coming from. Is that from you, Dread? Is this you, Dread?
No,
that's not you.
That's not me.
Oh, what the heck? You did, Terry. You did. Yeah, you did. So, okay. No spotlight this week, then.
Then give me a second. I have another one. Just give me a second.
Oh, you got to back up. Okay. All right. And Death Dealer. Oh, that's right. We are doing themes, and it is Death Dealer's turn this week. And so she picked the topic, so we really cannot wait. We're going to be doing assistants or number twos. So yeah, sidekicks, assistants, and number twos. So next Friday will be epic. Absolutely, Death Dealer. It's going to be epic. Let's move it along here. So yeah, Starfield. It's a yeah. And I'm telling you, if Starfield comes out with Mega Bloks or Legos, I'm in. Just more, take more of my money. I'm loving Starfield. So far. Once I finish the game, I'll be able to say if it's my game of the year, but I don't think I'm going to finish it anytime soon. I just don't think I'm going to finish it anytime soon at all. All right. So, Terry, are we all set?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up.
All right. I'm going to start the intro. Here we go.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to another Indie Spotlight. And I got a good one for you guys. This is going to be another RPG because, you know, I like RPGs. So if you don't like them, tough. I'm going to be showing RPGs. All right, guys, but the one I'm going to be showing today is actually a sequel. I do recommend you play both of them, but I'm just going to show you the newest one to give you guys a better idea of what they're like. And then if you are interested, go check out the first one and as well as the second. Enjoy.
Awesome.
If you close your eyes, you can hear the gods whisper around you.
Oceanhorn 2.
Zelda vibes on this one.
So there's going to be a lot of like classic video game references. If you were looking at this, you should have seen some like references for, you know, Final Fantasy, Zelda, Indiana Jones. Like they got everything in there. So go ahead and check it out. Like I said, this is the sequel. The you know, Oceanhorn 1. Now the second one actually takes place 1,000 years. I'm getting my math right this time. 1,000 years before the first game. So, you know, if you want to experience the way they meant to play the first game and then you go back, you can, or you can just play 2 and then go to 1. However you want to do it, since it's going to be a completely new adventure with completely different characters because of the timeline. So go ahead and enjoy that. Now, this game is available on all platforms. So Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, PC, get it where you want to play. And it's a $30 game. And I think Steam has it on sale right now. You can save like 10% on Steam for so it's like 26 something. So it's good stuff. You got, typical RPG. So exploration, combat, puzzles, all of like the things you would expect from, a fantasy style RPG. So have some fun, enjoy it. It's a great game and all that good stuff. So yeah, enjoy it. It's good stuff.
Another great indie spotlight by Terry. Let's see. Fastback says it's a Zelda wannabe. Yeah, I got a lot of Zelda vibes on it. A lot of them. And he says it looks good, but it's not Starfield. And then this one goes, Ocean Horn 2 is a Starfield killer. Oh man, it's awesome. Yeah, that one looked good. I got a lot of Zelda vibes from it. Had the hook shot, the swording, but then I was like, okay, that's not Zelda, but you can tell it draws inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I might have to check it out. Another good spotlight. And Dreadpool, we're gonna move right into our last topic because Dread has to get going here soon, here shortly. Dread.
Yes.
Dread, are you there? You're gonna start us off on our last topic, which I already forgot what it was. I was so into Starfield.
Mortal Kombat.
That's right, Mortal Kombat and Jean-Claude Van Damme and Megan Fox. So Jean-Claude Van Damme gets outed as a Johnny Cage skin, and Megan Fox gets revealed as the voice of Nitara.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So yeah. Take it away, Dreadpool.
Well, their dream has come true. They finally got Johnny Cage and Jean-Claude Van Damme to be the same character.
My dream.
Even though he did it, yeah, even though he did Street Fighter first. But it's never too late to say never, and it happened. It actually happened this time, so yeah. But they've been getting all their dream characters that they've been wanting. I don't know who else because even when Ed Boon was asked, this was like the last one that they were really pushing to get. So I'm happy for them. I'm happy for us. We finally got Jean-Claude Van Damme. And those that like Megan Fox can, I guess, imagine. I don't know. To me, the Megan Fox thing, it's cool to see another well-known person get a role like that. But it's not going to make or break the game for me. Jean-Claude Van Damme won't really make or break the game for me, but it also it brings up the excitement of like, cool, finally, because this is who the character's basically designed after in the first place. So yeah, that hypes up or amps up the hype level a little bit. But yeah, other than that, I don't have any real excitement over these two being in there. Like, I'm already excited for Mortal Kombat as it is. So to be playing as each character, cool. I know I'm a little low key ho hum on it.
It took 40 years off of Jean-Claude though.
40 years off of, what I love about this is that it's Jean-Claude Van Damme's outfit on this is a Bloodsport outfit.
Yeah.
His movie from the early 90s, late 80s, Bloodsport.
You think his taunt is his dance? That little his dance move he does back in those days?
I don't know if he doesn't do the blind anything, but I think Jean-Claude Van Damme would be a good Johnny Cage. He's just too old now.
The splits though.
He does do the split. Jean-Claude Van Damme is known for the splits. It was in every one of his movies, and he made sure you knew that he made sure that you knew he could do the splits. So yeah, it's awesome. I think it's great. I think it's great that Jean-Claude Van Damme is in there. Terry, do you like Jean-Claude Van Damme?
I'm not like a huge fan of him, but like I'm aware of him. Like I have no issues with the guy. It's just I'd never go out of my way to find any of his films. You know what I mean? I'm not real big into like fighter films. So the whole stuff where with like Bruce Lee and all that. Like, I couldn't care less. I'm not into that stuff.
It would be so awesome if Bruce Lee was actually Liu Kang. That would be like the perfect fit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So if Liu Kang was Bruce Lee, that would be awesome.
Oh, not the car, dude.
Oh, that's a nice kill. That's good.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That car
so that's
just took
Jean-Claude Van Damme trailer. Let's check out So Jean-Claude Van Damme is Johnny Cage, who is a skin, but Megan Fox is an actual character, a story character. She's voicing a story character. So let's check that one out. And it's Natara? Yeah, Natara.
She actually does resemble her too, so.
Well, I mean, I would hope so. Because she...
See? Blood-sucking vampire.
Yep. What just happened? Oh my goodness, my computer just went crazy.
Well, you're still alive. You're still good.
Yeah.
We're still watching.
N-E-I-T-H-E-R. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I couldn't remember how to spell
they used this picture here. When I first saw it, I thought they would put Aloy in the game. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Aloy. Yeah.
At a quick glance, it kind of looks like her.
And shout out to Happy Cloud Gamer. He joins us. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Cloud Gamer, you are the real MVP. Yeah, and he says that Starfield is a 9.5 out of 10 for him so far. So he's in the yeah camp for sure. I am a Megan Fox fan. I have loved Megan Fox since I first saw her when I was a young adult. I kind of wish she was in more movies, but I know that Hollywood kind of blacklisted her for a while because she's apparently difficult to work with. But I still am a fan of Megan Fox. And this fits her because, she has said that her and Machine Gun Kelly have at times sucked each other's blood or some crap like that. So this character 100% fits her. Of course, I'm very interested to hear the voice. Of course, I'm not going to play the voice on stream, but I'm very interested. So I think it's cool that she gets a story. Wow, that was pretty cool. I think it's awesome that she gets a story character. Did you see that, Dread?
No, I looked away.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. She takes his guts out, flies him up, kicks him, and his skeleton comes out the back.
Yeah, I saw that part. Yeah.
Your wife's calling you out right now, Axel.
What's that?
Your wife's calling you out right now in the chat.
Is she? First Laura Croft, now Megan Fox. What BS? As I said, so I think it's cool that she got this story character. I think for the Mortal Kombat guys, it's more of a big deal that Jean-Claude Van Damme got to be Johnny Cage because everybody's like, oh, Jean-Claude Van Damme would be such a perfect Johnny Cage. Yeah. 30 years ago.
Well, he was modeled after him.
Yeah.
So just like we were just talking about Liu Kang, he's modeled after Bruce Lee.
I mean, he's also pretty much the only white guy in the roster. So, I like they have many options.
I mean, it's either that or what is it? A Minotaur. So, yeah. I'm loving that Mortal Kombat 1. Of course, a lot of that stuff is only for early access people. So yeah, premium edition gets the Jean-Claude Van Damme skin. They'll probably give you an option to buy it because, of course, they're going to make money off of it. But I think I'm very interested in this game. Doggy knows that I'm having a real case of FOMO, and I'm so positive. But I think out of the two, I'm more interested in the story characters than the skins. The skins are fun, but I think the story characters are more. So the fact that they're starting to use celebrities now for story characters is kind of cool. And the fact that they look like their fighter, just fantasized. Obviously Megan Fox doesn't have wings or I guess they modeled her after a succubus. I guess a vampiric succubus. I think it's interesting that a new character, because if you remember Mortal Kombat, Nitaro is a character, so now we have Nitara. So I'm very interested in that. Which one are you more excited about there, Cool Cat?
I mean, I don't play those games anymore, but just by looking at them, I actually do think that the Nitara character looks pretty cool.
Right.
So if I was to go back, I think I would be more interested in playing that character than Jean-Claude, to be honest.
Yeah. And one more Cortana for my beautiful wife. Love you. You know you are my Cortana. Let's see. No more hall passes for Axels. I never had a hall pass. What hall pass? There are no hall passes in this relationship. Yeah. So you're more interested in the Nitara character.
Yeah, I think it just looks it's different. I don't need to see another shirtless guy. So it's not gonna, you know what I mean? So like they got enough shirtless guys already in the game. I don't need another one. Isn't gonna do anything. So I want to see something different.
Yeah, was it Nitaro? Motaro, that was his name. Motaro, not Nitaro. Sorry, Motaro was his name. Yes. So Nitara and Motaro kind of makes me think that they're the same species. I don't know. Doggy, help me out here. What was Motaro? Doggy knows this.
Wasn't Motaro the Minotaur?
I thought Motaro was the Minotaur, right? Let me look him up. MK Motaro. I don't know how to spell his name.
There was the general that was a Goro character.
Yeah, but that's not him. Oh, you're right. Motaro is a Minotaur looking guy. He's the one that guards the queen. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. All right. Dreadful. Any final thoughts? Which one would you pick? Jean-Claude Van Damme or Motaro?
Motaro or Nitara?
Sorry. Nitara. Sorry. Nitara.
I think I'll play as Nitara because I'd rather look at her.
There you go. You don't want to see Jean-Claude Van Damme in the
another shirtless man.
I don't want to look at a shirtless man, as CoolCatTerri says. But no, it's just the skin. She's a different character, so she'll have a different play style. So I think I'll definitely check her out for the play style, not just for the looks or the fact that she's a vampire or that she could kill me. None of that stuff. But yeah.
Just admit it. She reminds you of your wife. Just admit it.
Something like that.
All right, Terry, we had a poll.
All right, which edition do you like more? 45% want a shirtless man. 36% want Megan Fox as a vampire. And 18% couldn't care less.
Yeah, see?
Okay. Well, there you go. All right. Well, then, guys, that's going to do it for the show today, this morning. What a fantastic show. Great topics. Great everything. And we're going to go ahead and get out of here. You guys enjoy your Sunday. And I'm going to enjoy my last day of vacation with some more Starfield. But we will catch you guys next time. But again, guys, we wouldn't be able to do this show if it wasn't for you guys, the MVP chat. That's right. You guys, the chat will always be the MVP to any of the shows we do here. So with that being said, we're going to get out of here. I'm Axel1324.
I'm CoolCatTerri.
And I'm Dreadpool.
We'll catch you guys next week. Bye, everybody.